What's up, everyone? Let's talk about Wild Card Weekend. I went 4-2 on my predictions. If you saw my playoff video, so same record as last year. And I gotta say, this weekend kind of sucked. For sure, 5 of the 6 games were fucking blowouts. So yeah, but let's try going in order. So I believe the first game was Chargers versus Texans. So I got this wrong. I predicted that the Chargers would beat the Texans because the Texans offense kind of played like ass the entire ending of the regular season, but they picked it up in the playoffs, and the Chargers kind of just shat the bed. Justin Herbert threw more interceptions in that one game than he did the entire regular season. It was funny, as a Chiefs fan, seeing the Chargers charger their playoff chances away. I mean, I will say it was a good enough season for them. Everyone expected them to play like shit and have like a rebuild year under Harbaugh, but he took them to the playoffs, and even though they got blown out, even though they weren't expected to lose, I guess it was a good enough season and they got a good future. So yeah, but Justin Herbert did not play well. I'm pretty sure like 90% of his fucking passing yards were towards that McConkey, like their rookie wide receiver. So overall, good enough, I guess. But the Texans advanced, and we're gonna be playing them in the divisional round. I'll give my thoughts on that later. But next, Steelers Ravens. Good God. Yeah, that game was over from the fucking beginning. First of all, Steelers won the toss, and they decide to receive. Not a good decision. They got 3 and out. They get the ball back to Lamar and the Ravens. They fucking go down the field and get a touchdown. And then before you know it, the score is 21-0 at the fucking half. And at that point, like, you kind of know, like, Steelers aren't going to win that game. I think they had a chance to win it. Like, I forgot what the final score was, but, like, I think it was, like, what, 28-14 or some shit? So, yeah, the Ravens only got one touchdown in the second half, but part of that's probably because part of that is probably because they knew they were going to win, so they probably took their foot off the gas. But, like, the Steelers' defense did, step up in the second half. It's just that the offense was still kind of not that great. So, yeah, I got to say, I'm disappointed with Steelers. I'm not really surprised, though. This happens all the fucking time. I don't know Mike Tomlin, like, I don't know what they're going to do about him, if they're even going to do anything at all. I'm not a Steelers fan, so I don't really know whose fault it is to blame, but lots of people were saying that they should have kept, Justin Fields rather than putting Russell Wilson in the starting position. But I don't know. But overall, same old Steelers. Same year, different year, same bullshit. Kind of like that. So yeah, Ravens are advancing, and I believe those were 2 games on Saturday, and then Sunday. Broncos versus Bills went about as I expected. The Bills ran them over. Broncos had like one good drive to start the game, and then they just decided to stop scoring and got blown out 31-7. I kind of expected that to happen, but same thing with the Broncos. First playoff appearance since their 2015 Super Bowl win. So good for them, I guess. They got to the playoffs, but I guess I'm a little satisfied because people were hyping them up after they defeated our backups 38-0, even though our backups, like, we probably just played that game conservatively as fuck. Like, just so we didn't get any, like, film for, like, the playoffs on, like, the fucking tape, right? So we played that game, but the objective was to just survive. And they blew us out 38-0, and everyone's like, oh, the Broncos are serious. Even though it's actually, like, 38-0 against backups, who basically aren't doing shit. Oh, yeah, like, that means a lot. And then they got blown out by the Bills in, like, the first round. So, I'm sorry, my hair is kind of annoying. But, so, yeah, that game went about as I expected. What was next? I don't remember. There were 2 games that day. One of them was the Commanders-Buccaneers one, but that was the Sunday night game. I forgot the one in the... Oh, Packers versus Eagles. That game was also kind of over from the beginning when the Packers fumbled on the fucking kickoff. Then again, like, that was a kind of a controversial call because if you looked at it, it did look like they got the ball back, but the refs decided to ignore that for some reason. I'm not going to get into that. I don't want to start any fucking controversy, but Packers offense did not play well in the first half. Then again, Eagles offense also didn't play that well. Like, at the end of the half, they were down 10-0, which really isn't anything. But it didn't feel like they were down 10-0. Just that both offenses just could not do shit. It was really defensively played. And then, like, for a second, it looked like the Packers were going to get back into the game. But then, like, they kind of choked it away at the end of the fourth quarter because then their defense wasn't playing well. But I'm not going to blame their defense because if your defense is carrying you in the first half, you can't necessarily rely on them to carry you in the second half because your defense is going to get tired after carrying an entire half. You can't just play one half of football and expect to win. So yeah, that game was also a blowout. I believe it was 22-10. Could have been a lot larger if Saquon decided to not slide and just decided to go in for the touchdown, but it's all right. So yeah, I predicted that the Eagles would win that game, and they did. And then the best game of the playoffs, possibly the only good game of these playoffs, was the Commanders Buccaneers one. I got that one wrong. I said the Buccaneers were gonna win, but they just barely lost. And like the fucking Commanders kicker, I forgot his name. It's like Zane something. Took a fucking took a fucking I don't know. I can't even. God, how do I not know the expression? Basically, fucking Matthew Wright all over again. Fucking doink for the divisional for them, and then doink for the division for us. Like, cause like they fucking doink that game-winning field goal that sent them to the divisional and shit. That was funny, but like it sucks because like the Buccaneers offense played so well. Their both defenses were playing well. Jaden Daniels and Baker Mayfield were playing so well, but just that one fumble at the end just fucked everything for them. It's really unfortunate. I like the Buccaneers. I like Baker Mayfield, and I wanted him to win, but it's all right. Jaden Daniels probably just solidified his Offensive Rookie of the Year award. Dude is great. I love the guy, but like, damn, it sucks seeing Baker Mayfield go out sad like that. But it's fine. The Commanders are moving on. Buccaneers are a good team. They got a bright future ahead of them. It's all right. So now comes the Vikings Rams game. Good fucking God. Where do I begin? I picked the Rams to win. Okay, like the Vikings, they were such this big dominant team. Went 14-3. Well, they were 14-2. And then in week 18, they just completely shut the bed against the fucking Lions. Sam Darnold played like ass that game. He won like 18-41, 0 touchdowns. He was like 3 wide open touchdowns. And like I just knew from like that moment, like, okay, it's evident here from like this week 18 game that Sam Darnold is not ready for the big moment. So I had a hunch that they weren't gonna beat the Rams. But at the same time, I was like, hey, they're a good team. They might use that Lions game as practice, like calm down, relax, and the wildfires in Los Angeles, like it probably fucked up the Rams' entire game plan. Like they had to travel to Arizona. They didn't even get their home game and shit. They had to deal with like hotels, and it was like such a mess. And I was like, football is a very mental game. They may not be mentally prepared. And I thought the game was gonna be close, but I still picked the Rams, because I just went with my gut. And then the game was then at half, and then you could literally see it on the first fucking drive. Vikings defense got fucking eaten up. Matthew Stafford had like 100 yards under 10 minutes. And then fucking Minnesota's offensive line was just straight up made out of paper. Sam Darnold got sacked 9 times, so the offensive line played like ass. Sam Darnold, I'm gonna be for real, he played like ass. Fucking holding on to the fucking ball, had all day to throw, held on to the ball, and took the sack instead of getting rid of the ball. Like, I believe, like, there's this one sack, okay? It was like, I believe it was near the end of the half. So, like, this was after the strip sack that led to this defensive touchdown. Like, I don't remember what it was. I think it might have been 14-2 or some shit, but, like, you're better off. Sorry. In Sam Darnold's eyes, it's 14-2. It's the end of the half, okay? You don't just fucking hold the ball and take the sack, because then that gives the Rams excellent field position. You're already down 17-3. And then he took the ball. No, you know what he did? He dropped back. He took the sack. Rams had excellent field position. They got another touchdown, 24-3 to end the fucking half. At that point, if you're fucking Sam Darnold, you just throw the fucking ball. It gets picked, it doesn't matter. It puts the Rams down the field. Incomplete, doesn't matter. Those 12 yards made a fucking difference. I'm just saying, at times, the dude needs to learn when to get rid of the ball. I get that his offensive line wasn't playing well, defense was not playing well, but like, Sam Darnold did not play well either. It was just an all-around failure on the fucking Vikings. And it was really sad to see. And like, it sucks because they had this dominant good season when everyone expected them to be like last in their fucking division, to go like 4-13 or some shit. And then they had this fucking great season, they were just a game short of the fucking 1 seed. And now their first round exits and they were blown out. It's depressing to see. It sucks. I feel bad. I wanted a Chiefs Vikings Super Bowl actually, because I would love it if like the historic three-peat mirrored the Chiefs' first Super Bowl win back in the 1970s, which was against the Vikings, where we blew them out 23-7. But it sucks, and now the Vikings are out of the playoffs, and the Rams will be advancing. So yeah, that was not a very fun wild card weekend. Mostly blowouts, but I think the divisional round is going to be better. So we got Chiefs versus Texans on Saturday, and I believe I don't know what the other game is on Saturday. I think Buffalo versus Baltimore is Sunday night. I'm not sure, but like Chiefs versus Texans, I think the Chiefs are gonna win, but like who knows if we're gonna be rusty or not because we haven't played in like a long time since Christmas. It's been a while, almost a month. So I hope we get I know they've been practicing and shit, so I hope they get that rust out as soon as possible. Beat the Texans. I think they're the favorites to beat the Texans. I think the fucking like spread is like 8-point favorites or some shit. It's not. We're not gonna win by 8 points. We're the fucking Chiefs. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a fucking walk-off field goal that does it. But we're probably gonna win. And I know the Texans defense played well, but how much of that is the Texans defense playing well versus the Chargers just playing like complete ass? So I don't think they're gonna get 4 picks out of Mahomes, obviously. So like I think the Chiefs are gonna win that, and then they're gonna go back to the AFC Championship. And then Buffalo versus Baltimore. That game is gonna be fucking cinema, bro. Like I think the Ravens are like 1-point favorites. It's basically 50-50. It's fucking ridiculous. Nobody knows. Nobody knows who's gonna win that game. That game is gonna be amazing. But I think the Ravens are gonna win. They just ran over the fucking Steelers. And divisional games are divisional games, right? Like anything can happen. But like they just ran over the Steelers, and like the Bills. I mean, I don't think they played that well against the fucking Broncos like the second half. And I feel like that's been a repeating pattern in their fucking games. Like they keep these games close for like a half, but then they just go crazy in the second half. But if you do that against a team like Baltimore and Lamar Jackson, like you're not gonna win. And the Bills could win, the Ravens could win. Who knows? But I'm picking the Ravens to win, and I kind of hope they do because like if the AFC Championship was Chiefs versus Bills and the Chiefs won, I would feel so bad for Josh Allen, bro. Like losing to the same team in the playoffs 4 fucking times, 0-4. That's sad. I don't want to break his spirit like that. Lamar 0-2 sounds a lot better. So yeah, I'm picking the Ravens over the Bills in the divisional, and then the AFC Championship is once again going to be Chiefs versus Ravens in Arrowhead, not Baltimore. And then NFC, I believe it's where the Lions versus Commanders. I got the Lions winning that game. I mean, like their defense is supposedly like so injured, but it just does not seem to fucking matter. They just know how to win these games. And the Commanders are a great team. Jaden Daniels is a great quarterback, but I don't know if he has it against for the Lions, bro. So like, Lions are a good ass team. I'm gonna pick them. They're the 1 seed for a reason. They'll be all rested up. And then again with fucking Dan Campbell, man, him going for it on 4th down all the fucking time. You can't. You never know with that guy. And then Eagles versus Rams. I got the Eagles winning, even though they didn't. Their offense did not play that well, and the Rams defense is fucking good, bro. Like Rams defense has always been good. Like I know they're not as good as like 9 sacks like they did against the Vikings. That was just the Vikings playing like ass, but the Rams defense is good, and the Eagles offense just hasn't been playing as impressively as they should be. Maybe it's because Jalen Hurts is coming off his concussion, so I don't know. But they got fucking Saquon. That's all I can fucking say. They got Saquon. So I got the Eagles winning that. And if the Eagles and Lions and the Chiefs and Ravens win for the conference championship, well, I feel like everyone knows I'm gonna say same thing. Chiefs Lions win. Chiefs Lions Super Bowl. Chiefs win. But we will see. I'll give my conference championship predictions after divisional round is over. So yeah, I just want to make a video about my thoughts on the wild card and my predictions for the divisional. And I will see you guys next Monday. Yeah, when the divisional round is over. That's about all. Peace.